Well, Donald, the unbeaten run still intact, but it was a bit tight, tense and nervy for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, obviously we started great, but then our left edge just really fell apart a little bit defensively, and we conceded. The first try, Lackland should have just knocked it out, but he sort of left it to bounce, and he just had to trust our defence, which has generally been. It takes teams 24. Play the balls to score in our 20, so I think you can probably trust that. So just get rid of it, and then we concede a couple of tries there that really we haven't been conceding. So they were disappointing. So we sort of had a bit of a chat at half time. And there were a lot of changes to the team, so sometimes combination-wise that makes it awkward. We had 2 new half-backs in there with Miles and Max, which changed our full-back obviously. So some of that you can allow for not being as good as you have been previously, but yeah, it was a little bit disappointing the first half, and then we give that intercept away, which makes it feel uncomfortable. But we steadied the ship, and I think we'll have a few more like this where you find yourself in a real tough situation and you've got to come out the other side. And I thought we did that well towards the back end of the second half. We started playing a little bit more direct around back rowers. Scored 2 tries around back rowers, and obviously Renouf scores just powering over. So sometimes games are that more direct approach, and I think we've been good at that when we've needed to. And teams, particularly when Max is playing at fullback, are just they're killing heavily and stopping you playing out the back, which is fair enough. So then there's weaknesses somewhere else, and that's what we exploited there as we got into the game.
As you mentioned in that first half, it's not often or rarely, if ever, that we've seen the team concede sort of 3 tries as easily as that, if you like. Do you put it all down to the disruption and the changes and the rotation in the squad today? Well,
some of it is just synergy. Some of it's not putting your body on the tackle really, and they're a little bit too easy, which we haven't been conceding easy tries. We've conceded quite a few from kicks, which is the way teams have been having to get through us. There's another one of those today. Obviously the intercept, and then a couple of real just soft ones on our left edge, which we'll have a look at and work on. Obviously as different combinations come into the team, that changes a little bit. But yeah, some lessons there for us today. But then we've been in last week against Bradford where we're down at half time. We played Batley away where we were down just after half time. We're down again here. It happens, and it's what you're going to do about it. You can't win every game 40-0. It's just the way it is, and whilst it's disappointing, that's life, that's rugby league, and I think we're showing a lot of signs of being able to dig our way out of tough spots, and we did that again today.
And the bench served you well during the game, didn't it? First half, after they'd scored those 3 tries, Rodwell, Bain, Hood then seemed to provide that spark, that momentum that you needed.
Yeah, and Bain's try was another example of being direct. Liam Hood went on with Kai Rodwell first, and Kai's been phenomenal. He's carrying the ball great, he's handful. He's a great defender, and Hood he was outstanding. He's a great defender, and I'm sort of mixing it up, giving Doyley a start, and Liam Hood coming off the bench to give him a chance to play. I was hoping Caleb Owelli would have been fit today, because their combination, Rodwell and Owelli with Doyle, has been phenomenal. But he wasn't, so Luke Bain gets a chance and does really well, I think. So yeah, the bench was great. Obviously I adjusted the team a little bit in the second half, and Cozza goes on to 13, so he got another opportunity to get out there as well.
What were the key messages at half time?
Well, we talked about stop hurting ourselves, because we sort of 7 tackle set, then a penalty, which puts them on our line. I think there's a little bit of that. I thought they kicked really well first half, so they were kicking long, and that sort of changed the flow of the game really, because I thought we were dominating defensively, then we're kicking the ball 60 metres. So, that in those conditions that was pretty tough. So we talked about our backfield boys catching the ball on the full and not allowing it to bounce, which was then putting us way back into our own in goal area. So a little bit of that. You talk about execution and being a bit more direct because they were shutting everything down, which we hadn't seen in preview. So they defended a little bit different, which is, fair play to them and the way that they adjusted their defence. So yeah, it was a little bit of that and stop hurting ourselves. Stop giving things away. I thought we needed to kick a little bit better. I thought they outkicked us in the first half. Their long kicks, our short kicks. So yeah, and then just tidy up. The boys were saying tidy up, but then we give an intercept away, and that's not tidying up, is it? It's the opposite. So yeah, it was that really at half time. Just be ourselves a little bit more. I thought we were a little bit won out in the first half potentially, but we saw that we could go route one, and that was causing them a lot of trouble. But then we just needed to open our game up a little bit, which we'd seen in practice actually that we didn't quite nail that, and sometimes again change your permutations in your team that can make that happen.
You were twice behind in the game, 6-12 first half and then 16-22 early in the second half. So it was a bit of a test of character in a way, wasn't it? In a strange sort of way. Is that a good thing? Yeah,
it is. That's what I was talking about. We've been behind a few times in the season, not an awful lot. But it can't be too much of an uncomfortable feeling that you fall apart. You have to somehow grab it back, and sometimes that's coaching changes with the team and tweaking that, and then it's a mentality that right, this is what we have to do on the field because they're the boys playing the game. They've got to make it happen, and yeah, I think it is good. I think it is good for us. I think it's good for when I thought it was good for us losing against Featherstone in the Challenge Cup. I didn't want to lose, but I do think sometimes that sort of stuff's good for you. And then this has been good. I thought last week was good. We had another team that came after us in the first half. Shock. That we shouldn't be shocked by that anymore. Teams are at this level as well, are physical and capable, and some of them have got outstanding players. Most of them have got outstanding players, some more than others. So yeah, you have to work your way out of sticky bits, and I thought we did that in a really positive way today.
No Gale and Lino today, two big players for you. So Miles Lawford got his chance. How did you feel that he went today?
Well, he did some good things, Miles. It's just that left edge combination more than anything. It was a little bit inexperienced with Miles and Pratty being. They're both sort of youngish players. So he did some good things. Gets a repeat set. He probed away. I just felt like I needed to change it a little bit in the second half, and that's why Liam Kay went to half, and he's done a pretty good job there in the past. So for Miles, look, he's a young developing player, and he needs to keep working hard on his game, and then particularly defensively, because he's not the biggest half, and he has to just work on his technique, and he'll continue to do that and continue to improve and develop.
Despite all the tension and the nerves that we talked about, 5 tries without reply in the last sort of 25 minutes or so, you've got to be pleased with that.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing a lot on teams, is that obviously we're full time, and the opposition coaches talk about it all the time, and it should be a benefit, and we're showing that it is a benefit, and that's what you get from some of the quality players that we've got, and our ability to. I don't think we train that much more than them, but the boys do get a chance to recover, and they're not working and then training on a night, which obviously is what part-time players do. So yeah, that sort of period there was what full-time gets you, I reckon. Is it just gives you the opportunity to be a bit fitter than your opposition, and also I thought the mentality of the players stiffened up, and we really, once you've got a team by the throat, you need to make sure you keep squeezing, and I thought we did that today.
A couple more quick ones, Darryl. Luke Bain on debut today. How was his performance?
Really good. I thought he started well, won a penalty straight away with a really positive, aggressive carry. And then he scored on his debut, which he'd be real pleased about, because that's been a tough injury for him to come back from, an Achilles rupture. It's been a long journey for him with a few other bits and niggles, and for him to get out there and do what he did today was great for him. Thought he showed that he can play a bit, and it is a handful. And obviously getting a try would be a bonus for him.
And Toby Boothroyd back after an unpleasant injury.
Yeah.
Did he play the full game?
Yeah, he played full game back row, yeah, so he was pretty solid, did some smart things, scored a try, give a penalty away, lack of concentration, being offside, but I thought he was pretty strong. Looked good. He's got his haircut as well, which is an added bonus.